everyone, welcome to my channel. So my name is Doreen. In case you did not know, I have a 2-year-old and I'm currently expecting another baby. I do these videos just because I come across all this information and I feel like some of us did not know this. Probably there could be somebody who still does not know this. So let me just share it. Plus I love YouTube. I like talking to this camera, so I'm like, okay, one hobby, let's add it. All right, so today I just wanted to start a toxin series and to share with you guys all the things that we stopped doing, we stopped eating, and just removed from our home. uh, I just want to say there's no single person who can say everything they do is non-toxic. We all, so long as you live in here, unless you live in off grid and you have, I don't know, you built your house from just wood, or I don't know, but you have to be this person to be able to say everything I use, everything in my home does not have toxins. We all have something in our home that might be toxic. Maybe the degree is not that much, but yeah, we all do something that affect the environment negatively. So this is not to look down on you or anything, but just to share for you to think about these things I'm going to mention and see if it's not benefiting you in any way. Maybe you can stop it or you can't replace it. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I realized that I'm not a good talker since I started YouTube videos. So I'm going to start one by one. And today I'm going to start with fragrance. So the first thing that we removed, it might not be the first thing, but it's the first thing I want to talk about, is fragrance. So this fragrance is in our air freshness, it's in our perfumes, and sometimes it can be labeled parfum, as in P-A-R-F-U-M without the E, which means the same thing, fragrance. It's in our hair shampoos, it's in our deodorants, name them. It's in everything. And like I said, I used to use these things as well, and I'm just finding out that these things are really bad for your health. So let's talk about fragrance. What is it? Simply put, because I did not cram it in my head what it says, but simply put, when you see any product that has fragrance listed on it, or PARFUM listed on it, it's just telling you that it contains about 10 or more. It can be up to 3,000 chemicals. Okay, some people even say up to 4,000 chemicals, toxic chemicals, and these chemicals can cause things like asthma or aggravate it. It can make people cough. It can make people have muscle problems. It can sinus issues, which I experienced. Actually, the first time somebody told me about fragrance not being good for me was my colleague back in school when I used to teach in South Africa. She was like, when I even take my car to the car wash, I tell them not to use that fragrance they used to spray the car when they are done. And I don't use air freshness as well, because they flare my sinuses, they make them worse. So she was like, I don't understand why you have sinus issues and you allow these things. So she said she doesn't use perfume on her body at all, but she did not go really deep. And I don't think she even knows more, but she knew at that point that this perfume, every time I use it, causes this. So now that I'm learning and I'm adding up, it makes so much sense to me. So these things can cause a lot of health issues. These chemicals can cause birth defects. Yes, it can. Fragrance is the new secondhand smoke, as people are calling it now, but we are not educated that much on it. It's not in the news, it's not. But if you research, you find out that doctors have spoken about it, and I'm going to include links, as I always do. If you go to the environmental health website, your government environmental health website, you will find out that they have mentioned these chemicals that you will find in fragrances. You will find acetone, you find petroleum, you find, I don't know the rest. I will include the link so that you will read for yourself, because I can't keep all these things in my head. I like it when people just mention, like, they read and they just talk about it, but I can't do it. I just forget. So I will include the link so you read for yourself. So the chemicals, number one, the chemicals that are in these things is not something you should inhale. And we use these things not just once, not just one morning, but we inhale these things all day. I really become angry, when somebody hugs my daughter and she leaves a smell, a fragrance on her, because I know it's a synthetic. The thing is, if you start using all these synthetic fragrances, you will smell them as soon as you come across them. I cannot walk through the aisle in the shampoo, laundry soap, air freshener aisle in the grocery store. I have to, if I need to go get something there, I have to really run through, because I can smell the synthetic. If somebody walks by me and they use those kind of things, I smell it and it feels so bad. So when you stop using them, the thing is that when you continue using them, it synthesizes your smell, so you love them and you feel like there's no way I can stop using this. But once you stop using and you smell it again, you see how toxic it is. So I want you to consider that. I want you to read about this. Some of us have a lot of health issues and we are not supposed to even come close to these things, but we use them daily. And it pains me, after you do this, you will go and be praying to God that, God, heal me of this, God, heal me of this, and you just making wrong choices. So I'm like, I just want to share with you, my sister, look into this. The other thing that these fragrances does is they are hormone disruptors, and you can look into this if you are trying to get pregnant and you are having issues. One of the things you should stop doing is using all these things that say fragrance on them or perfume on them. Now people say, oh no, this one is saying it's natural, this one is saying it's organic or whatever. No matter the label, if it says natural, so long as they list fragrance on it, just know it's bad. Yes, it's bad. If they are using essential oil, they are going to list it, and they are going to list the essential oil they are using in it. Even with that, you have to be careful what kind of essential oil, where they are sourcing from. But that is still better than the fragrance that you will be using, because when they say fragrance, the reason why they say fragrance is because they are using all these bad chemicals, and there is a law protecting them. That's the law is allowing them to just say fragrance without mentioning that they are putting poison in these things for us to use. So the law says that they can just write fragrance and it covers everything. So we just see fragrance and we are like, baby soap, fragrance, baby soap, a perfume, and we're just using it because it's baby soap. We don't think, which is what we should all think, we don't think that somebody will hurt a baby. But these people want profit and they will do anything. So know that. So they are hormone disruptors as well. After I had my baby, trying to fix my body and everything, I had a lot of hormonal issues, and it came up again. Specialists and people I spoke to mentioned that again. Do you use these things? Luckily for me, at that time I was removing them from my home, so it was not difficult. When I was pregnant, I couldn't smell all these things. So after having the baby, it still did not smell good to me. And when I went to shop for the baby, I see that people will say no fragrance, and I'm like, why are they so specific about this? No fragrance. Or they'll be like, contains pure essential oil. So that was like, oh, there should be something here. So it also made me read more about it, and it concluded what I was thinking already. So look into that. And the other thing also is about the environment. Like I said, if you come to my home, I'm sure you find things that I do that does not help the environment. and this is one of them, the fragrances, the waste that goes into the environment and all that. I'm going to include the link. There are a lot more issues that fragrances causes that you might not know, but they are all going to be in the link that I'm going to include. People will be like, so what do I do now because I want to smell nice, or my job requires me to smell nice? I don't know, but people will have reasons to smell nice. I have this stash of essential oils, okay? I have from jasmine to whatever. In the beginning, I used to try and create some kind of smell for Chris because he wanted to smell good. It's funny because I'm the one who introduced him to fragrances, and now he didn't want to let go. So yeah, he wanted to smell good. Now he doesn't really care anymore. So I used to mix it for him, but it wasn't the main reason why I got this stash. These are just for therapy purposes. They are for medicinal purpose. I use them for healing and stuff. It's not for fragrance. We don't have money to buy all this for fragrance. So because I have it at that time, I used to make some of it for him. And I'm in this group where they post the base notes you need, what you need to add if you're making fragrance for a male, if you're making fragrance for a female. I've not done it in a long time. The last time I mixed one was when Isabel was still new, and I think we were going for her naming or something, and I did it. So yeah, I think that was the last time. So I'm going to try and get those notes from the group, and my next video, I don't know when, I will try and show you how to use these essential oils to make your own fragrance if you feel like you still must use fragrances or you want something smelling good. And the other thing I wanted to say is that if you use these things and somebody's telling you that, oh, I can't stand these things or whatever, I don't think it as being rude. To me, it's like somebody smoking next to me. So the only thing is that smoking has been seen as this bad thing, and then the fragrance, because we are not educated, people are wondering why you feel like this thing is too strong for you. If you are carrying my child or my baby and I tell you the perfume or the fragrance is too strong for her, you should understand. But people won't, because they are not educated on how this can affect a child. Somebody can actually stop breathing because of your perfume. I remember this guy who I used to give a lift to work. It wasn't like a lift, it wasn't free. Like they'll pay you. In South Africa, it's called scoff. It's like couple, but you know, couple, you take turns in driving each other, but this one they will pay you and you take them to work every time, every work day. So this guy will bath in his fragrance, and I used to use perfume then too, but he will overdo it, and he will be bragging about how nice, how good he was at choosing these things, and I was literally dying. My nose will block. I have to open. He will be telling me to buy for Chris, because that time I was going out with Chris. We were engaged then. Actually, we were engaged then. So he'll be like, you should buy it for him. The next time you're going to see him, you should buy these things for him. And they were so strong. And I sometimes in the car, I felt like I was going to choke or die or something. I could not, I never told him. What I would normally say is that, oh, I don't like strong perfume or whatever, but he did not get the message. So I just want to advise you guys, even if you're going to use your fragrance, consider other people, like, who cannot stand. Not everybody has the same sense of smell that you have, and some of us, our smell has changed. It's no longer artificial. It doesn't take artificial stuff anymore. So what you say, it smells good, to us is like, so please, especially if you are putting on chemicals, understand that somebody might not be feeling well around you. So thank you for watching. The next thing I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to talk about cooking wares or cooking pots. And you can go ahead and research things on your own, read about it, so that if I'm talking about it, you already know, or you can just share your own ideas. And then what else did I want to say? Oh yeah, I'll try and mix that oil for you guys. I'll try. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye bye.